Do we need anything in the ketchup aisle? We're good. Hi guys, Allie and Megan here with Duluth.com. You might remember Megan from her canine fitness videos. We're here at the Spirit Valley Super One. We're gonna get ingredients today for some side dishes for Thanksgiving.
So what we're gonna be making is pecan brownie pie. This is a very sweet, heavy pie. It is delicious, and it doesn't take that much time at all to cook. The next recipe that we're going to be doing is roasted root vegetables, which is going to be sweet potatoes and parsnips and baby red potatoes and carrots. It's very healthy and fresh, but also a great filler, and it looks really pretty on the table. And finally, our sweet potato casserole with whipped bananas. So a lot of the ingredients you're probably already going to have in your cupboard at home, but we're here today to pick up some of the things that we currently don't have.
Let's do it.
Perfect.
This looks like where we want to be.
Yes, so here are parsnips.
Perfect.
Do you want them kind of firm?
Perfect.
All right, so then we need 1.5 cups of Brussels sprouts. Perfect.
Excellent looking Brussels sprouts.
All right, so now we need orange carrots. Let's go with these.
Okay, perfect.
We need sweet potatoes and red potatoes.
Perfect.
These are nice looking sweet potatoes. He's different.
He's like a banana.
There you go, big guy.
Perfect.
Welcome to the club.
You are coming to our kitchen.
I suppose we could just buy a bag of red potatoes.
Perfect.
Bananas. Okay, we want them to be kind of brown. Hey guys. Yeah, these ones are perfect. And there's one extra just in case we want extra manner. All right, Allie. Let's get some chocolate chips. White baking chips, and then I've got to get the 12-ounce bag of semi-sweet chocolate chips.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah. We need chopped pecans.
3 cups?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah, we might need a couple
These
bags.
are 5 ounces. There are larger bags on the bottom. This is about 4 cups.
That's perfect. Yeah, he's perfect.
I'm gonna get the condensed milk.
Oh, perfect.
14 ounces, perfect. Rosemary.
Boom. Let's go grab that honey.
Aisle 4.
We have a plethora of choices here. Let's get this one.
Perfect. Butter.
Yes, unsalted. Perfect.
This looks like a good cart full.
I'm feeling good about what we've got. Pie crust. This one is ready to go, so unroll, fill, and bake. Perfect. All right, should we get our eggs? Let's get the big old jumbos. All right, so we've got all of our main ingredients. I think we're ready to check out.
Let's go. I think she got the cuter brother.
How are we doing today?
Good, how are you?
Good, thank you. 6087, please.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Thank you. You
Enjoy your
too.
day.
Thank you.
We're gonna head to the kitchen. All right, so we're back in the kitchen and we're ready to go with our first recipe.
We are doing a sweet potato casserole with whipped bananas.
Everything about it just sounds good.
The recipe actually asks us to take the sweet potato, prick it with a fork, and put it in a roasting pan for 30 minutes. So I wanted to kind of do things a little bit differently. I really like to chop up and cube my sweet potatoes and roast them that way before I whip them up. So what I want to do first is take the olive oil and drizzle it in the bottom of the pan before I layer the sweet potatoes in the pan.
Perfect.
All right, so what we're gonna do next is we're gonna take the sweet potatoes and just plop them in there, and we're gonna kind of shake them around a little bit.
Okay.
Yep, so I'll have you do that. Perfect. Perfect. All right, perfect. And I usually just kind of flip some of these guys that are, standing upright, We're gonna put this in the oven at 375 for 30 minutes. Okay, perfect. While we have our sweet potatoes roasting, we are going to move on to our roasted root vegetables.
Perfect.
Yeah, so what we have are Brussels sprouts, parsnips, sweet potatoes, carrots, and baby red potatoes.
So one thing that appealed to me with this recipe is that you can basically put whatever vegetable you want in, right?
You really can. I mean, you
Perfect.
can really play around with this recipe and, like you said, use any kind of root vegetable that appeals to you in any amount. The first stage is, we put our olive oil in the bottom of the pan.
Perfect. Do you want me to do it this time?
Yeah, why don't you do it this time? That's perfect. So what I like to do first is cook the vegetables on the bottom that seem to take a little bit longer. So let's just take half the potatoes in that bowl and just push them around on the bottom. Perfect. All right, so why don't we do the sweet potatoes? We'll kind of do the same thing. We'll just take half of them and mush them around in there. Perfect. I just like that.
Let's do the Brussels sprouts. I think we need some green.
Yeah, let's add some prettiness in here. These are some healthy Brussels.
Yeah. They smell like ripe. Oh, yeah.
Oh, perfect. Well, let's put on some carrots and then the parsnips, the finale. All right, so now we get to just season it all up. So what I would do first is just take the olive oil and drizzle it on the top again. Perfect. So first we're gonna be doing pepper. And I'd really glaze it pretty good because once it starts cooking, a lot of that flavor kind of does bake off. Let's do the salt next. And salt is optional. I mean, if you need to have very limited sodium in your diet, this will still taste amazing without it. All right, Allie, do you want to put the thyme on?
Yeah.
Okay.
So same with this, kind of generous over the vegetables?
Yep. I really like oregano, so I'm gonna be pretty generous with the oregano. Rosemary.
Rosemary.
Last but not least, we have our basil. Now typically the recipe does call for a teaspoon of each.
Okay.
But you know, I like to play with my recipes and just kind of spice it up, a little bit of Megan in there.
Perfect.
We do want to kind of spread it all around because the little guys on the bottom probably don't have as much. Just rub your spatula at the bottom of the pan and just push them around and try to get it all even. I don't like to overcook them where they're mushy. I like to have them a little bit solid, so we'll start with a half hour at 400.
Perfect.
Perfect.
Perfect. Well, this is perfect for the holidays.
Perfect. Perfect. Okay, so turning back to our sweet potato casserole, it's already been a half an hour and we've got to start roasting our bananas.
Perfect.
Yes.
Perfect. I'll grab them out of the oven.
We grab our bananas. We're not going to peel them. I'm just going to like do that. It just looks funny.
Yeah.
There's no way this could be pretty. So we're gonna let that cook for 15 minutes.
Perfect.
That's perfect. Mm-hmm. Perfect. Mm-hmm. So do you ever get in that position where it's Thanksgiving, it's like a few days before, and your family asks you to bring dessert?
Yes. Pecan brownie pie.
Got the oven preheating at 350, 3 cups of pecans, 2 cups of chocolate chips, half a cup of white chocolate chips, half a cup of sugar, vanilla, cinnamon, sweetened condensed milk. We only need a couple eggs, but just in case, we have them all out there.
Just in case we drop one.
And we're just gonna need a little bit of milk. Salt.
Perfect.
So the first thing on our list is to take the sweetened condensed milk, pour it in a saucepan, and add our sugar. We're gonna turn the heat on and we're gonna just whisk it for
up?
3 to 5 minutes.
Okay, perfect.
Perfect. Okay, so it looks like this is that perfect consistency. Allie, it's been about 5 minutes. So if you could grab me chocolate chips.
Perfect.
This is gonna be our chocolate sauce, and you gotta pay attention to this while you're cooking it because it can burn and you can scorch it pretty easily. So what we wanna do is make our next mixture. We need 3 large eggs.
Perfect. You're gonna have 2 yolks in there.
We need a tablespoon of vanilla.
Perfect.
Half a teaspoon of cinnamon. Perfect. And then last but not least, we just need a little bit of salt. I usually just kind of wing it with the salt. Mm-hmm. If you want to get that whisked up, I'm just going to peek at the chocolate. Perfect. So next we're going to fold this all in to the egg mixture. So you want to just fold a little bit at a time and then stir. There, now she's going. That is exactly what we needed. Okay, so the next thing is we need 2.5 cups of pecans.
Okay, perfect.
I've got about 3 cups in there.
You want it right in there with you?
Yeah, and just save some at the very end because we'll need it to top off on our pie.
Okay, perfect.
Perfect. Okay, so now that we've got all of our chocolate mixture complete, the next step is to get our pie crust into the pie plate.
Perfect.
So I like to spray my pie tin just to, keep it from sticking. We could have made our pie dough from scratch, but I kind of felt like I didn't want to do that.
Yeah, you know what? These are wonderful.
So instead, we bought this from the store. It's already a pre-made dough. Very simple. You roll it out and you lay it in your pan.
So I'm just kind of patting it down so there's not big air pockets between our crust and our pie tin.
You know, the nice thing about pies is you don't need to make them perfect. Okay, now that we have our crust done, we're gonna fold in our pie filling.
Okay.
Flop it in the oven for 35 to 40 minutes, and then it's almost
Then it's
done.
ready. Oh,
Whew. Perfect. Gosh, it smells amazing.
that just looks so good.
Right? Allie, if you want to put it in the oven. Okay, back to our sweet potato casserole. We are ready to take that out of the oven and see how this all goes together. Well, these are interesting.
I don't really know the term that wants to come out of my mouth right now.
I have never roasted a banana. We're just gonna let these cool. In the time being, let's go ahead and put these into the mixing bowl. This pan's not awkward at all.
No, I feel like we're all awkward right now. Everything about us is awkward.
There you go.
That's steam.
Yeah, they're hot little buggers. So next, we're going to peel our bananas
Okay.
and we're gonna put them in with these.
All right.
All right, here we go. And my guess is you want to keep the juices in as much as you can.
Yeah.
So now I'm gonna grab a whole stick of butter, and then we also will add our honey. Okay, so next, I'm gonna turn the mixer on really, really high just to get this all to go together. Perfect.
And we'll just kind of like evenly push it around.
Perfect. Okay, so it's time for our crumb mixture. So we need 1 stick of butter, half a cup of flour, 3/4 cup brown sugar, and then 1.5 cups of chopped pecans. So I'm just gonna go on in and just start crumbling it up. Okay, so I am going to transfer this. There we go.
All right, so I'm gonna put this in the oven for about 20 minutes at 375.
Okay, time to try the roasted root vegetables.
That looks so good.
Right? I'm going to just kind of mix them up a little bit.
Okay.
I like it when they get a little charred too.
Kind of adds like a little crunch.
Yeah.
I like Brussels sprouts. This is a success.
It's so fresh.
And this was easy. Like the most time was cutting up the vegetables, wouldn't you say?
Exactly. Winner. Absolute winner.
100%. Should we try this sweet potato casserole now?
Yes.
That crumble turned out so good on there.
Oh, it's perfect. Shall we dig in?
This
Ooh.
one I'm intrigued about.
It feels like it has a really nice consistency. Oh, Allie, you're gonna get a good.
Look at those crumbles on
You're
it. Yes, everything about this. Yes.
You can really taste the banana,
Yeah.
but then you can taste the sweet potato, and then with this crumble, this is the best sweet potato casserole I've ever had.
Really? I've never had a sweet potato casserole, so it's gonna be the best I've ever had too. It reminds me of like banana bread. This is magical.
Definitely want to like eat all of this right now, but I think it's time for us to take out our pie.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't want to burn the pie.
Well, that looks interesting.
Yeah, I'm intrigued. It like outgrew the crust.
Well, that doesn't look at all like the picture.
It needs to chill, I think. She needs to calm down.
Well, why don't we let it chill for a while and make our chocolate glaze?
Yeah.
Perfect. We need to do 2 tablespoons milk in the dark chocolate chips. Perfect. And then we just need a teaspoon into the white chocolate chips.
Perfect.
Okay, so now it's time to melt our chocolate chips.
That looks good.
Perfect. Perfect. This is good. Exactly what we needed it to do. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. All right, so now we're gonna pour the chocolate Isn't it funny how far that pie sank?
Yeah. I'm thinking like a solid inch.
It was like a monster.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna spread this out and it's gonna settle itself.
I don't even care how this tastes. It looks good.
It's good. So now we need to melt our white chocolate chips. Just so I can see how it kind of runs off the spatula. So we're gonna just do a drizzle.
Ooh, that's good. We need the nuts.
Why don't I sprinkle like just nuts around the crust?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay.
It adds a little bit more to it.
I see that chocolate already hardened quite a bit.
This is like picture worthy now.
I kind of underestimated this brownie pecan pie just a little bit.
That's really sweet, but really good. You gotta get in there.
This does look so good.
Isn't it good?
It's really fudgy.
I like the pecans in there because it adds like a saltiness to the sweetness.
Exactly, it really balances it out. Okay, so you will definitely wow the family.
Yes.
If you bring this on Thanksgiving.
Yes. I take back all the doubt that I had about this. When it was an inch out of the crust.
It was on the rise.
Megan and I would say that every dish we made tonight was a success, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, so any of these dishes, super simple, you can make for your family for the holidays.
We want to thank the Spirit Valley Super One for providing us with really fresh ingredients and an awesome shopping experience.
Absolutely.
And not to mention keeping everything on a good budget.
Remember, for more recipes, check out the recipe tab on Duluth.com.
Perfect.